Hey guys, it's Wagon here, and today we're going to be doing another WWW, also known as Who Would Win. And in this episode, we're going to be putting up two universes against each other. We're going to be putting the Mortal Kombat universe versus Street Fighter universe. I got this idea from the survey that I got back, and a little bit of feedback. That survey really does help me out. If you don't do it, go to my video survey and Q&A, I think that's what it's called. Just check that out and make sure to do the survey. But this will be a fight to the death, and all Mortal Kombat characters will be fighting against each other, whether they're dead or alive. We're bringing them all back, and all Street Fighter characters, same, or dead or alive, we're bringing them all back, and they're going to fight against each other. Even if they had one appearance, a minor appearance, or even just referenced, the character will be in it. So with that said, let's get into this. So starting this off, we have Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat has extremely lots of characters such as the Demon from Hell, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and many others. Mortal Kombat is a fighting game franchise originally developed by Midway Games Chicago Studios in 1992. Following Midway's bankruptcy, the Mortal Kombat development team was acquired by Warner Bros. And turned into NetherRealm Studios. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment currently owns the rights of the franchise and rebooted it in 2011. The development of the first game was originally based on an idea that Ed Boon and John Tobias had of making a video game starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, which was an extremely famous martial arts actor at the time. But as that idea fell through, a fantasy horror-themed fighting game titled Mortal Kombat was created instead. The original game has spawned many sequels and has spun a media franchise consisting of several action-adventure games, films, animated and live-action with its own sequel, and television series, animated and live-action. Other spin-offs include comic book series, a card game, and a live-action tour. Along with Capcom's Street Fighter and Bandai Namco's Tekken, Mortal Kombat has become one of the most successful fighting franchises in the history of video games. As of June 2000, the franchise has generated $5 billion in revenue, making it one of the highest-grossing media franchises of all time. The series has a reputation for high levels of blood violence, including, most notably, its fatalities, finishing moves requiring a sequence of button inputs to perform. The fatalities in part led to the creation of the ESRB video game rating system. The series name itself is also known for using the letter K in place of C, not for all words, just for most of them, for the hard C sound, thus intentionally misspelling the word combat, as other words with a hard C sound within later games in the series. Early games in the series were also noted for its realistic digitized sprites, which differentiated from its contemporaries' hand-drawn sprites. An extensive use of palette swapping to create new characters, such as Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Ermac, etc. Now moving on to Street Fighter. Street Fighter has a lot of the characters such as Akuma, Sagat, and also, then most notably, Ryu. It also has many other characters like Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter, Fighter, sorry for that pronunciation, that was terrible, commonly abbreviated as SF or Suto, is a fighting video game franchised by Capcom. The second game in the series is credited with establishing many of the conventions of the one-on-one fighting genre. The game's playable characters originate from different countries around the world, each with a unique fighting style. It is Capcom's second best-selling franchise, having had significant success worldwide. The first game in the series was released in 1987, making it older than Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter, designed by Takahashi Nishiyama and Hiroshi Matsumoto, sorry for that bad pronunciation, made its debut in arcades in 1987. In this game, the player takes control of martial artist Ryu, who competes in a worldwide martial arts tournament, spanning 5 countries and 10 opponents. A second player can join in at any time and take control of Ryu's American rival, Ken. The player can perform 3 types of punch and kick attacks, each varying in speed and strength. The three special attacks, the Hadouken, Shoryuken, and Tatsumaki Senpyaki. Sorry for that bad pronunciation as well. These are performed by executing special button combinations with the controls. Street Fighter was ported to many popular home computer systems of the time, like the PC. In 1988, it was released on the NEC Avenue TurboGrafx CD console under the name Fighting Street. Street Fighter was also later included in Capcom Classics Collection Remixed for the PlayStation Portable and Capcom Classics Collection 2 for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. And now the final verdict, the bit that you've probably all all been waiting for. And I'm just gonna say it straight out, I think Mortal Kombat will win. And you may be wondering, I thought her easily matched, this is my character and everything, but I'll explain to you. Because we're doing every single one of the characters and every single one of the Street Fighter characters, it makes a lot of sense why Mortal Kombat wins. As they have, Mortal Kombat has Onaga, and if you don't know who Onaga is, he's basically the strongest being in Mortal Kombat. He defeated Raiden, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, all together, and the only way he could be defeated was by poison. And since we're not doing bad fights, if the person poisons him can throw poison in the face of me, I get that. That's highly possible, but drinking it and poisoning them is not allowed because this is a strictly fair fight and that will not be fair. You may be wondering, can Akuma beat him because of his demon-like powers? Akuma cannot be able to beat him as the three arguably strongest beings after that could not defeat Onaga himself, so it makes a lot of sense why Akuma would not be able to defeat him. And if they did have the Kamo Dogo, he would be able to defeat Onaga, but since the Kamo Dogo after Mortal Kombat, he can't. And Mortal Kombat also has more skilled fighters such as Scorpion and Sub-Zero, where Street Fighter does have its skilled fighters such as Ryu and Ken. It doesn't have as many skilled fighters. For example, Ermac, Kano, we've got new characters such as Cassie Cage, Jackie, all these new characters that have extensive skills in their fighting, whereas Street Fighter does have that, but not just as much and good as Mortal Kombat. So with that said, hope you guys did like this video. Make sure to sound off in the comments below your thoughts and opinions on this. Make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.